Okay, so what we're looking at here is a sample of liquid nitrogen. Okay, so nitrogen is a very main component in our air. This is very cold, obviously. This is boiling close to -200. You see it has properties that resemble water. You see the steam that's vaporizing off of this. That's just the boiling of it away. Our hands naturally have a little bit of moisture on them, so provided that you do this quickly, you can actually dunk your hands safely into the liquid nitrogen. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to dunk my fingers in. Okay. You can actually feel how cold it is. Okay, you don't want to accidentally scoop it up and have it in contact with your skin for too long, or else it can cause frostbite. Okay. A couple things we can do with this liquid nitrogen. I can just throw in some just rubber bands here. Okay, rubber bands are nice and stretchy and elastic at the beginning. Let them cook away. Okay. And all the nitrogen here is doing is it's cooling the rubber bands here. It's actually safest to work with liquid nitrogen without gloves, so that way if it does contact your skin, it just very quickly rolls off. Okay. Let's just have a look at what's happened here. Okay, very, very rigid, okay, very, very tense. You can see that it's actually breaking apart. Okay. All right. Some other things we can do with liquid nitrogen. So we can take a balloon. Okay. So I blew up this balloon earlier. Okay, it's just filled with air right now. As gas particles cool down, let's see what happens to the see the crinkling of the foil, just like you saw with the rubber bands there. And when I pull it out of the liquid nitrogen, it's obviously starting to warm, and as it warms, gas particles start to expand again. We should be able to get it back to the shape that it was beforehand. All right. People have done some neat recipes of liquid nitrogen as well. So just to demonstrate that, I just have some big marshmallows here. Just toss that in as well. See some liquid nitrogen cooking. I should do the same with smaller marshmallows as well. You can actually hear it crackling away here, being very hard. Okay. And these are actually safe to eat, so you can imagine a very crunchy marshmallow. If you do eat this, you do want to just take out a liquid nitrogen. It's super cold at that point, so you don't want to accidentally freeze part of your mouth. So what I would do is I would take a marshmallow, okay, very quickly pass it between your hands, and then maybe after a couple seconds or so, then you can toss the whole thing in your mouth. Okay, just a very, very crunchy marshmallow. Okay. And last but not least, because as you can see that this nitrogen here is constantly boiling away here, I'm just gonna take out some of these marshmallows here. So that's just one last look at liquid nitrogen. All I'm going to do here is I'm just going to actually pour it on the ground. Okay, it's almost like pouring water on the ground, but because it's constantly going to boil away, you can see what happens. Connection. Because the nitrogen does boil off pretty quickly here, the floor itself, it's almost as if it were dry. Thanks, guys.